Darling, honey, I want you to really concentrate and pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Now, really concentrate, all right? When United Fabric delivers this hot pink neon instead of this nice, cool, pale rose, we refuse the order. You got that?
Yes on this pink, no on this one.
Very good, very good.
But, Sal, how am I going to be able to know the difference?
Well, I think a safe rule of thumb is that if it glows in the dark, we don't want it.
Oh, what about that other matter?
Mum is definitely the word on that.
Oh, Clarke, hi.
Hi, Donna. It's a nice dress you're almost wearing. Now, there's a lady who needs a vacation.
What are you talking about, Clarke?
Why do you do that? There's a reason you have accountants and heads of production and shipping.
That's right, honey. And if you don't double-check each and every one of them, they find out that they're robbing you blind.
Come on, Saul. He checks every scrap of paper with a magnifying glass, and you can trust him. Why don't you delegate?
Delegating's just fine if you're working at the UN. It doesn't necessarily work in the rag trade with haute couture gowns, you know?
Oh, come on, Sally, lighten up. It's a beautiful day outside. Why don't you just treat yourself to a nice leisurely lunch and then catch some sun? I bet you've never even seen that pool in your apartment building. Why don't you go relax on a chaise lounge, read a few magazines?
Alone?
Not alone. You and Macy.
Oh. And while I'm lounging poolside, what are you going to be doing?
You know I have to finish those fit checks on the samples before we go into production.
Well, that shouldn't take you all afternoon. I mean, just to fit a few samples on a few dress forms.
Oh, not on dress forms, on live models.
Models?
Yes, I want those dresses to move. I want them to hug the woman's body. I want the straps to show exactly the right amount of skin. I need to work that fabric directly on a woman.
Never had to do that before.
All the greats do it, from Coco Chanel to Ungaro. That's something I picked up over at Forrester.
Very interesting. I think it's a fabulous idea.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'd like to find out more about it myself. Tell you what, why don't you let me help you? I could make suggestions, take a few notes, hold your pins for you.
I need to concentrate, so I don't need you holding my pins or my hand. Look, I've got it all set up. I'll be in the photo studio. I'll be completely absorbed in my work, so please, no interruptions.
Oh, then you got it all set up, you and the models, huh?
And I do not want to be disturbed. Now, come on, I'm doing this for us. So why don't you take my advice? Take the day off. We can survive without you for one day. Look, I gotta get cracking, all right?
Donna, come in here.
Yes, Sal.
You, have the models booked for today?
Just like you said, Michelle and Sybil.
Good. Michelle is perfect, and, of course, Sybil is our ace in the hole.
Yeah, Clarke said he wanted girls with good bodies.
Well, he's got them. Thank you, honey, that's all. Oh, Bucky, don't do it. Please. Not now. I hope you are not up to the cheap trick I think you are.
You know, this really amazes me.
What's that?
That I still know very little about you.
Oh, Bill, that's nonsense.
The mystery woman.
Hardly.
Well, why is it that you don't tell me about your past?
Why is it that you're so curious about my past?
I wasn't. Till a couple of days ago.
Well, let me assure you, I have no deep, dark secrets, okay?
Well, why don't you tell me about yourself, then? Otherwise, I'm going to assume that you do have some very deep, dark secrets.
You know, you are going to be the death of me.
It was your idea to rent out the room over the garage?
Yeah, I remember.
Why are you always in such a bad mood?
Look, I'm just not myself this morning, okay?
So, how was the wedding last night? You don't want to tell me about the wedding?
No.
A wedding sounds like the safest subject in the world to talk about.
You're wrong.
Meaning?
Meaning there was no wedding.
What happened?
Look, I don't want to talk about this, okay?
You know, I have always considered myself a little out of the ordinary until I moved into this place. You Logans are a strange breed.
Right? You'll probably find out sooner or later anyway. What do you want to know?
Well, Brooke seems like she loves this guy, so she didn't back out.
No.
Groom get cold feet?
No. He didn't either. It's his wife. She won't give him the divorce.
Well, does she know that Brooke's pregnant?
Oh, she knows. Doesn't make any difference, though. The woman he's married to is horrible. She hates Brooke.
Well, that's ridiculous. How can anybody hate Brooke? She seems like the most wonderful gal.
Yes, she is. I couldn't ask for a better sister.
I gotta get going.
Lot of lessons today?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop by and say hi to somebody.
Jay? I'm really sorry about before.
That's no problem. And, you know, if you see your sister, tell her I'm sorry.
I'll let you do that.
So, are you going to open up to me?
Why are you so fascinated with my life?
Well, that's natural for a husband to be interested in his wife's past, isn't it?
Well, I think a woman's entitled to some secrets.
Well, granted, not for 25 years of your life.
Really, you are making such a big deal out of nothing.
You know, Margo, I was a journalist before I became a publisher. And believe me, if there's a story here, it's in my blood to find out what it is.
Well, there really is no story. I was born in Madison, Wisconsin, and you know that.
Family?
I was brought up by two very loving parents, especially my father, whom I shall never forget.
Brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother. Somewhere, I have a brother.
Well, there you see. There's a story there. You keep in contact with him?
No.
Well, is he younger or older?
Really, why do I feel like you're cross-examining me?
Why don't you just tell me?
You're badgering the witness.
You really are resisting this, aren't you?
You know, it's just that I feel that my life began when I met you. Besides, you're way off base about my brother.
You know, that's very, very sweet. But I'm not giving up.
Well, you're going to have to, because I'm late and I need to get to work. Mother.
Ah, Macy.
Didn't mean to startle you. I guess you're pretty heavy into those fall orders.
Yeah, I am.
Well, what's wrong? Is there a discrepancy?
Discrepancy. Yeah, in a matter of speaking, there is.
Well, what is it?
It's Clarke.
You know, I meant to ask you. I went down to the photo studio to check some files, and the door was locked. There's a note on it saying, "Do not disturb," signed Clarke Garrison.
Right, Clarke is in there with one of the models, working.
One of the models? Why?
Had to do some fittings.
Well, couldn't he use the model's room? And isn't the pattern maker in there with him?
There's only one person in there with him, Macy. One of our models, Michelle. She just got there a few minutes ago.
Champagne.
Of course. I'm head designer here now, Michelle. It's nothing but champagne and caviar from now on.
Wonderful.
You forgot to let me make a toast. To you, Michelle. You look more beautiful than ever.
Maybe it's because I'm so happy.
Everyone should be so happy.
Clarke, I can't believe how wonderful you are. I had no idea you'd take such an interest in me.
I've always been interested in you, Michelle. You should know that.
Honestly, I didn't. You are a terrific guy.
You're a terrific lady.
How did you find out?
Find out.
Yes, that I got married last week. It's so sweet of you to have the champagne for me, to celebrate.
We here at Garrison Originals, we want you to know that we care about our people. So, again, congratulations, and we'll see you around.
We're finished?
Yes. We are completely. Goodbye, Michelle.
Bye.
You can't be serious.
Don't do that.
What?
You know what? You just scared me half to death.
You said I could come by anytime.
Have you ever heard of knocking before you come in?
What is this?
This is a Felicia Forrester original.
Meant to be worn by a human? Hey, come on, that's not necessary.
Well, I guess it's not your fault you have no taste in clothing.
Well, I like to think that I do.
Oh, really? Khaki pants, penny loafers. Oh, you did get a little daring with the jacket. No alligator.
Very funny.
I bet that's the way your mother dressed you when she sent you off to the first grade.
And I'll bet that this is the way your mother dressed you when she sent you off to Hollywood and Vine.
Are you here to harass me? Or what?
Mother, if you think Clarke is up to something in there, why don't you go in and confront him?
Can't do that, Macy. Then he'd know I don't trust him.
Michelle just left, Sal. She left?
Well, did she say anything about Clarke?
No, she seemed fine. Clarke told me to send in the next girl, but I don't think she's here yet.
Well, Sybil is the next girl. Listen, darling, when she gets here, tell her I want to see her first, okay?
Okay.
The next model is Sybil. That girl is notorious, Mother. It's practically an admission of guilt from Clarke.
No, Macy. I can't convict the man without knowing in my heart of hearts whether or not a crime has been committed. Crime of the heart.
That remark was out of line. Okay? I'm sorry.
You don't like my style. I can handle it.
Well, I think I just come from a more conservative background.
Straight from middle America, huh?
That's right.
You know, I've always wondered what it would be like to have parents like June and Ward Cleaver.
You think your family is that much different, huh?
Well, you know my mother.
Very sweet.
You don't know my mother.
You two aren't that close?
Never have been. In fact, she's the reason I spent so much time in Europe.
What do you mean? What happened? You had a little falling out?
Not exactly. I think it was more of a personality clash. She is so strong-willed.
So are you.
It seems like the women in our family were always fighting for my father's attention.
I never met your father. Sounds like an incredible man.
He is. He's nice and thoughtful, except...
Except what?
Well, when I was young, I mean, he was always working from sun up to sundown. He just didn't have enough time for us.
And his attention was that important to you?
Sure. As it would be for any daughter. Or son, for that matter.
Yeah, I suppose so. Hey, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
I thought that would be more your style.
You are very versatile. My opinion?
Shoot.
Get away from all that black leather stuff and do more of things like this. You could really do well with this.
Sorry, I can't.
Why not?
Those aren't my designs.
Oops.
I share this office with another designer, but I'll be sure to pass along the compliment.
Okay, you do that. Well, I better probably let you get back to work.
Well, actually, I'm not very busy. Why don't I give you a tour?
No, come on, that's too much trouble.
No, it'll be fun.
You don't mind?
No, I don't mind at all. Come on, let's go.
Good.
Sally, it's been a long time.
Too long. How are you, Sybil?
Still moving and shaking, waiting to make it big.
Oh, you will. I got no doubt about that. Listen, Sybil, honey, I need you to do me a big favor, okay?
Anything. You've given me plenty. This must be your daughter.
Hi, I'm Macy.
Your mom here says great things about you. Now, what can I do?
Well, you see, Sybil, I need to get some accurate information about Clarke Garrison. You heard that we're engaged to be married, hmm?
Who hasn't? It's big news. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, Sybil. I know you mean that. Honey, what I want you to do is to tell me everything that happens during this fitting session you have with him.
I know what you're saying. Little test of devotion.
That's it. I need to know the whole truth, you understand?
All right.
Thanks, Sybil.
And if it is true?
Well, if it's true, Macy, and if this is the way it's going to be with him and me after we're married, then I don't want any part of it. I want him out of my life. And I mean it.
Sybil. It's terrific to see you again.
Oh, not nearly as terrific as it is to see you, Clarke. Not nearly as terrific.